The following is a review for critical, analytical, and educational purposes only, and is protected under Article 17 and 107 in the United States Fair Use Code. This video is not an infringement on copyright. Please enjoy the video.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Trilbee, and welcome to my review of one of my most anticipated movies of 2013, Pacific Rim. Now, Pacific Rim just existing is a miracle unto itself. The modern blockbuster landscape is filled with bloat, convolution, and just franchise upon franchise out of comic books, TV shows, and other valuable properties. So the fact that Pacific Rim can exist at all is a big deal and a huge step forward, but also the fact that it's made by famed film director Guillermo del Toro pretty much guarantees quality. So let's not waste any more time and just dive straight into the movie. Pacific Rim was released on June 12th, 2013. Sorry, July 12th, I'm ill while recording this. Was distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures and developed by Legendary Pictures. It was directed by Guillermo del Toro, produced by Thomas Tull, John Jashney, del Toro, and Mary Parent, and it was written by Travis Beacham and del Toro, with a story by Beacham. The movie stars Charlie Hunnam, Idris Elba, Rinko Kikuchi, Charlie Day, Bern Gorman, and Ron Perlman, with music by Ramin Djawadi, cinematography by Guillermo Navarro, and editing by Peter Amundsen and John Gilroy. It has a running time of 132 minutes, is rated 12A, and was produced on a budget of $190 million. But that's just the fundamentals. Is the movie any good? Holy crap, yes! Pacific Rim takes place in the not-too-distant future, where giant monsters called kaijus frequently rise from a portal at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. After many years fighting waves and waves of monsters, humanity, despite their best efforts, starts to lose the fight, even though they start developing giant robot mechs called Jaegers to fight the threat. With resources dwindling and more kaijus coming and getting bigger and bigger, the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps have one last plan to stop the kaiju threat once and for all. Now, it seems like an awesome, albeit basic premise. Giant monsters rise up from the oceans, so humanity builds giant robots to punch them back to where they came from, but the detail is all in the script and characters. Piloting these two Jaegers is too taxing for one human being, so they have to be controlled by two people who link minds. The better the bond between the pilots, the better they fight, and this is where the character creativity comes into play. Now, the characters aren't going to go down in history, and the actors are playing archetypes to some extent, but the drama feels genuine. Because of the simple characters but fantastically detailed world, in this case, simplicity is complexity. The two main pilots of the movie have their own drama and fears to overcome in order to fight this threat, and the metaphor of humanity literally having to come together is a powerful one indeed. Pacific Rim is ultimately about humanity being backed into a corner, about humanity relying on teamwork and learning about sacrifice. It's about humanity setting their minds on something in order to accomplish a goal, and it's such an uplifting and satisfying movie to watch unfold as these characters come together. But just because the characters have their own personal demons to face doesn't mean the movie is brooding or dour. In fact, it seems to reference this current trope in blockbusters. There's a scene where the main character essentially says, "I can't do this because I can't go back to that life." Then Idris Elba tells him to man the hell up and fight for Earth, which he does. This truly is an ensemble movie. You could argue that Rayleigh Beckett and Meiko Mori are the two lead characters, but pretty much everyone in the movie gets the same amount of dialogue and screen time. Every character seems to have a partner, helping to emphasise the concept of partnership. The cast truly is terrific. I doubt there are any Oscar-worthy performances here, but the cast take a great script and commit completely to it with energy and passion, especially Idris Elba, who plays one of the coolest characters of the summer.
Marshall, can we just talk about this for 1 second?
1, don't you ever touch me again. 2, don't you ever touch me again.
It's such a diverse cast as well. Blacks, whites, Japanese, Chinese, Russians, Americans, Australians, the British, they all come together to save the world, and it's because of this diverse cast that I think the movie will do really well overseas at the box office. It lacks the America always saves the day machismo that has permeated Hollywood over the past decade, and it just knows how to tell a good story with great characters in the most rich and highly detailed way possible. As expected from Del Toro, this movie is an absolute mosaic of creativity and love, as there is detail crammed into every frame. All the monsters and robots and sets and costumes are spectacularly well designed, and just watching everything in action helps give the audience an understanding of how this future world works. There's also a fantastic montage at the beginning of the movie which details how society reacts to the kaiju first arriving, which helps build the world and immerse you in this universe that Del Toro has created. I only quote another critic if they can say something better than I ever could, so I'm going to quote Bob Chipman's review of Pacific Rim, which you can find in the description below, regarding the universe building. Rather than follow the increasingly lazy route of world building by leaving a bunch of loose ends around for sequels, Pacific Rim creates its world with three-dimensional characters and subplots that are as packed to the gills with detail that flesh out the background. And if you've seen the trailers, you don't need me to tell you that the action in this movie is absolutely spectacular. The camera pulls back in order to let you see every glorious detail of the action, and the sense of awe and childlike wonderment is one of the best things I've felt in a movie theatre this year. The movie is also tense as hell, and the action can almost be exhausting, not in a bad way, but in a really, really good dramatic way. You're watching the movie and you're thinking, oh god, there's only 4 Jaegers left, and oh god, 2 of them have just been destroyed. Oh wait, now there's 3 kaijus, and they're even bigger than the last ones. Oh, and that Jaeger has lost an arm and is running out of power. How the hell are they going to win? The odds just keep getting stacked against the protagonists, which make the action scenes not only entertaining and visceral, but also incredibly engaging edge-of-your-seat experiences, as Pacific Rim proceeds to throw one holy shit, what the hell did I just watch set piece after another. However, the movie does reach its peak in the middle with a fantastic battle in Hong Kong, which even reaches outer space, and the movie can't hope to top that, even though the climax is pretty damned awesome as well. It also helps that all of the robots and monsters they're fighting with or against have awesome nicknames, meaning that kids are going to know the names of them all and know what toys to ask their parents for. The special effects are some of the best that I have ever seen, not to mention the amazing sound mixing and editing that is Oscar caliber, the amazing score by Ramin Djawadi, and just the amazing atmosphere throughout the entire film, like how the rain reflects on the neon-lit Hong Kong skyline. It's such a fantastic production package. Pacific Rim just goes to show how important artistic skill and talent is in the special effects field, especially compared to recent blockbusters that don't look nearly as great despite costing more than Pacific Rim does. It just shows that throwing money at a movie doesn't make it look good. It takes true talent and vision, which Del Toro certainly has. In fact, the moment I left the theatre, I went straight to my local bookshop to buy a Making of Pacific Rim book. Then I went home and ordered it online after discovering that it was £15 cheaper, and it arrived literally 10 minutes before I started this recording. But it just goes to show how lovingly crafted this world is, and despite the fact that the movie does wrap up all of the loose ends in a satisfying way, so this is a standalone movie, I'm really looking forward to any potential sequels in what I hope will be Warner Bros.' next big franchise. Pacific Rim is an action blockbuster masterpiece. It's not especially complicated or thought-provoking, but it knows exactly what it wants to be, and it's the apex of simple popcorn-munching escapism. It starts with an amazing premise, engages you with its great cast, vast world, and it blows you away with its sense of fun and awe. It's for these reasons why I'm giving Pacific Rim 5 stars out of 5. It's the best movie I've seen so far this year, and I cannot wait to see it again. I also saw the movie in 3D, and while it was a very, very good transfer, the movie is so richly detailed and 3D naturally blurs the image slightly, so I think 2D and or IMAX would be the best way to see it. But if you have to see it in 3D, you won't be missing out, as it is a great conversion that was done by Del Toro himself. You heard me. Pacific Rim is the best movie that I have seen in 2013 so far. Whether you see it in 2D, 3D or IMAX, just make sure that you see Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim is proof that just because you're big, and just because you're loud, doesn't mean you have to disrespect the audience's intelligence.
2,500 tons of awesome.
The world is coming to an end.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. You can finish this! Today we are canceling the apocalypse!
Come on! Let's do this!
Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, and stay through the credits. Well, that's all from me. What did you guys and girls have to think of Pacific Rim? And if you haven't seen the movie yet, why the hell have you not seen it? Be sure to like this video because it really helps me out as it helps to share this video around, and be sure to subscribe for more movie reviews, and be sure to like my Facebook page Trilbee Reviews and follow me on Twitter at Trilbee Reviews, and I shall see you guys next time.